Hi friends, in previous classes we have learned how to design a website by making use of WordPress. We learned how to design a website, how to design an e-commerce site, how to design a blog and all, right? So this is all related to designing. We designed a website, web designing. Okay, so actual marketing starts with SEO. It is known as search engine optimization. Okay, so if you want anything or if anyone wants anything, they'll directly go to Google and they'll start searching for it. Okay, let me search for something. I'll search for digital marketing training or like such or digital marketing. Okay, so once you search for something, this is known as search query. Okay, this is known as search query. In normal terminology, it is known as search query. Right. So you'll be displayed with many search results. These are all known as search results. Okay, and the page uh, that is displayed is known as SCRP. Okay, this page you'll be displayed with is known as SCRP, which is known as search engine results page. Why it is known as search engine results page? Because will be displayed with various search results. That's why it is known as SERP in short, or search engine results page. Okay, so you'll be displayed with various results here when you go for searching. Okay, so which result you'll be choosing?
Top one.
Obviously the first one, or you might go for second or third one, right? So no one will go for the bottom results, or no one will go for these pages and look for those results, right? So designing a website is a kind of building an online platform. Now the main thing is we have to bring our website, okay, to the top of these results. Okay, if someone searches for our business using a search query, okay, my business is related to digital marketing, right? So if someone searches for digital marketing, or if someone searches for digital marketing training, my results will appear, right? So my aim should be, so I should bring my website to the top of these search results. This is known as SEO, search engine optimization. Okay, here we make use of some techniques, okay, with which we have to bring our website to the top of this search results. This is our aim, and this is known as SEO. Here, this SEO results are also known as these are all SEO results. Okay, so these SEO results are also known as organic results, or they're also known as unpaid results. Here will not be paying any kind of money. That's why they are known as organic results or unpaid results. We simply make use of some techniques like on-page optimization, off-page optimization, server-side optimization and all. We'll be speaking about these things later. Okay. So we'll be doing, or we'll be making use of various techniques here. Will not be uh, mm, bidding any amount, or will not be keeping any money in order to bring our website to the top of the search results. So we'll be applying some techniques with the help of them. We'll try to bring our website to the top of the search results, so that more people will be clicking on our result, more people will come to our business, so that we'll get some sales done. We define it as applying some techniques or optimizing our website in such a way that, okay, it improves our ranking in Google. Okay, it improves our ranking on Google. These are all displayed based on some ranking basis. Okay, so we'll be discussing about them also later. So what do we call this page as? SERP, search engine results page. Okay, right, what this search engine results page will contain, let's see. Okay, this search engine results page may contain sponsored ads. So you'll be seeing all these things in common. Sponsored ads. You'll be also containing some organic results. So organic results are nothing but SEO results. Okay, these are all SEO results. If you search for something like digital marketing training or some other search queries, so these are all ads. Okay, we'll be seeing these Google ads or sponsored ads. We'll be also seeing such kind of SEO results or organic results, and also we'll be seeing some local listings. Local listings means like maps, Google Maps. So if you search for something like some hospital or like such, then you'll be shown with a map which is nearer to you, right? Have you noticed? So this is known as local listings. These are all known as local listings. It will show the things or the training centers which are nearer to. As I'm searching for digital marketing training, it is showing me this local listing. Why? Because it is saying this thing is nearer to you like that. See, I'm in Kadapa. That's why it is showing me the places or the training centers which are nearer to. And next thing is we'll be sometime seeing videos. So if you search for something like shampoo or something, so you'll also see some kind of videos sometimes. Hmm. Let me show you. Hmm. Sometimes you'll be seeing videos also on the search results. You'll be seeing videos also. And next thing is you'll also see knowledge graph. Like if you search for something like Modi, or if you search for some personalities, it'll be shown with their details here on the right hand side. This is known as knowledge graph. Okay, in short, it will be providing all the details for what you are searching. See, it is saying his siblings, born date, full name, what all achievements he made, and in simplicity, it will give you a short description. This is known as knowledge graph. And next thing is you'll also find featured snippets. Okay, so what are these featured snippets? I'll search for something like here. I have seen. See, this is known as featured snippet. Okay, actually, the original result starts from here. This is the first position. This is the second position. This is the third position, and goes on. Okay, so this is known as zeroth position. This is known as zeroth position. These things are also known as featured snippets. Okay, so if our result appears in this position, we are doing very good, which means we are doing very good. Okay, these are known as featured snippets. And next thing is we'll also be having a related searches or related queries, related searches. And next thing is we'll also see question and answers. This thing is added recently. Okay, so usually you will see these things at the bottom of the page. So if you go to the bottom of the page, so these are Q and A. Okay, question and answers. If someone answered any question related to your search query, they'll also get displayed here. Okay, so our next thing is these are known as related searches. Okay, right, so this thing will be present for each and every page, I think. Okay, and you'll, if you have any doubts or anything, you can go for these related searches also. If you are searching for something, it will give you some suggestions here. You can also go for these things like that. Okay, so in simple, you'll be seeing all these things on SCRP page. SCRP means search engine results page. You'll be seeing all these things. Okay, so will you see all these things in one page when you search for something? Will you be displayed with all these things?
It depends.
Yes, it depends on the search query. It depends on the search query. So depending on the search query, the results will be displayed. You will not be seeing all these results. You will not be seeing all these results. Okay. So we'll be seeing based on the search query. So if you search for digital marketing training, we'll be getting ads. But for this query, for this search query, you haven't seen, okay, you didn't get any kind of ads here. See, so it depends on the search query and what things you are searching for at all. So if you search for Modi, you'll be getting the like this. Uh, what is this thing? Knowledge graph. Okay, you'll be getting this knowledge graph. For some things you'll be getting this knowledge graph, and for some queries, some search queries, you'll not be getting this knowledge graph. So based on the query, based on the search query, will be displayed with the search results. Okay, so in our terminology, the search query is also known as a keyword. Okay, in our in digital marketing terminology, we call it as a keyword. Okay, please remember all these things. So mainly in this class, we'll be learning about the new things and new terminologies and all. Okay, so this search query is also known as keyword in our terminology. Right. So now what our aim is, okay. So in order to apply some techniques and in order to bring our website to the top of the search results. So whatever may be there in this SERP page, our aim is to bring our website to the top of this search results when someone searches for our business. Okay. So now let's see how these search engines show this much relevant results. Okay. So please speak out. So if I search for digital marketing, will I get a digital marketing related results or will I get any kind of cross related results?
Digital marketing
Digital
related stuff.
marketing results, ma'am.
So it will be, I'll be getting more relevant results. See, all things are related to digital marketing only. Even SEO is a subtopic of digital marketing, but they are not showing me those results. They are showing me exact results which are more relevant and similar to my search query or my keyword. Okay. So then how search engines show such relevant and most appropriate results, but they are not showing any kind of irrelevant results. Okay, so let's go and see how the search engines work and how the search engines show such relevant and most appropriate results. Okay, how search engines work. So I think you people might know search engines means like it may be Google, it may be Mozilla, Firefox. Okay, it might be Bing, DuckDuckGo. All these are known as search engines. Okay, you people might know about this. If it is a browser, browser means Google Chrome. Okay, it is known as Internet Explorer, Mozilla, Firefox. These are all browsers, and search engines means Google, Yahoo, Bing, DuckDuckGo. All these are known as search engines. Okay, so and of course 90% of the people use this Google only. All over the world, almost 90% of the people are searching in Google or making use of this Google. That's why we'll go and see how this Google search engine work. Okay, so it works in 4 stages. First thing is crawling, second thing is indexing, calculating relevancy, and last thing is ranking. Okay, the Google search engine uh, displays us with appropriate results after it goes through all these steps. Okay, what is crawling? Crawling means nothing but it gathers all the information. Okay, it gathers all the information and content from each and every website. Okay, so I'll simply say it gathers all the content from each and every website. Next thing is indexing. Okay, what is this indexing? Indexing is nothing but it divides the information among various categories. Okay, it divides the information. After it collects the information, it divides the info into different categories. Next thing is calculating relevancy. Okay, what it does is now it calculates relevancy, how which information is more relevant to the search query. Like that, it will be calculating the relevancy and it will give some score to each and every content. Based on the relevancy, it will give the score. So next thing is ranking. Based on the score, it will give some ranks to each and every website or each and every content. So whichever website or whichever content gets the highest score will be given the top rank. Right. Let's see this thing in detail. So if you see this, this is the first step. First step will be crawling, as we discussed. So in case of crawling, Google will go to each and every website. So let's consider all these things as websites. A, B, C, D, E. All these are websites or web pages. So in case of crawling, Google will go to each and every website and will collect all the information and data present in that websites. Okay, in those websites. Right. So will Google go directly to each and every website?
Google bots.
Yes, Google will not go directly to each and every website. It makes use of some bots or spiders or crawlers. These are known as Google bots or Google spiders or Google crawlers. So what they do is they go to each and every website and collect all the information from all the websites. Okay, what are these Google bots or Google spiders mean? They are nothing but like software programs. Okay, they are nothing but like software programs. They'll go to each and every website and collect all the information present in all those websites. Now next we go to second step, which is known as indexing. Okay, so after crawling we move to indexing. After Google collects all the information, it will store this information, all the collected information in a database. Okay, it will store all the information in a database. After storing the information in a database, it divides the information into categories and subcategories. Okay, so let's think that if someone searches for like Sachin Tendulkar, what it does is it will be storing the Sachin Tendulkar information under some categories or subcategories. Like first it will go to sports category. Next it will go to cricketers category. Okay, means under sports there will be various categories like football, basketball, volleyball, cricket, like such, right? So under after sports it will go to cricketers. After cricketers it will go to Indian cricketers. Next under Indian cricketers it will go to Sachin Tendulkar, and now it will displays the information. So what it will do is it will divide the information into categories and subcategories. Like sports is one category, technology is one category, food related things are one category, and again under sports, international sports or country sports, within the country sports. Okay, next thing is sports can be like football, volleyball, so cricket, hockey. Okay, it will be dividing all the information into categories and subcategories. Why it has to divide the information into categories and subcategories? So that it can retrieve the information easily. So see, it will be dividing the information to sports, news category, technology category. Again under sports, it will be like cricket, volleyball, hockey, again indoor games, outdoor games. Under indoor games, it will go for chess, it will go for some kind of like caroms. Okay, like that it will be storing information based on categories and subcategories, so that when someone searches for any particular information, it can retrieve and easily display to that particular user. Next thing is calculating relevancy. Okay, after it divides the information into categories and subcategories, okay, now it will uh, give some score to each and every content. Okay, let's think that the user came to Google. Okay, and he is searching for something. Let's think that it is search query or keyword. Okay, he is searching for something, right? After he clicks on go, okay, so what Google does is it will collect all the relevant information. So let's think that he searches for digital marketing training. So now it goes to digital marketing. Okay, under digital marketing training, it collects all the information and it places here. Okay, it places all the information here. Now it assigns some score. Okay, now it assigns some score to each and everything, each and every content. It will assign some score based on the relevancy. Okay, how relevant the content is to the user search query, it is much more important. Based on that, it will assign some score. Okay, so next step is ranking. Okay, here it assigns some score, right? After it assigns some score, now it gives ranking. Okay, it will give ranking to each and every website or each and every content. right? So if some content got 100 score, okay, then it will be given position 1. If some content got 50 score, it will be given second position, like that, based on the score. Okay, highest score will be given with top ranks. Okay, in this way it will give some ranks. After that, it will retrieve the information and displays to the end user. Okay, the first thing is crawling. It collects all the information. Next thing is it divides the information into categories and subcategories, and it stores all the information in a database. After that, if someone searches for anything, it retrieves all the relevant information. Okay, which is more relevant or more appropriate to the search query, and it will assign some score to each and every content based on the relevancy factor itself. Okay, after that, it will give ranking to each and every content based on the relevancy. So whichever results get the top rank will be displayed in the first position. Okay, all this information will be retrieved to that particular user. Understood? Any doubts regarding this thing?
No, ma'am.
Right. So that is how Google search engine works. So in order to display most appropriate results, or in order to display more relevant results, Google will go through all these things. The search engine will go through all these things, right? Okay. So now let's see what techniques we'll be going through in this SEO. Okay. So SEO techniques, I'll give a brief idea. That's it. Okay. So we'll be making use of on-page optimization. We'll be going through on-page optimization, and also we'll be going through off-page optimization. We'll be going through server-side optimization also. So on-page optimization means here we'll be applying some kind of techniques within the website. We'll be applying some techniques on the website in order to bring our website to the top of search results. In case of off-page optimization, it is opposite to on-page. We will not be touching any website thing or website data. Okay, we'll be applying some techniques outside of our website. Hence, we'll be trying to bring our website to top of our search results. And next thing, server-side optimization means backend errors. We'll be correcting all backend errors, page loading speed, or server-side errors. If there are any server-side errors, we'll be handling all those things. So in order to bring our website to the top of the search results. So we'll be learning about all these three techniques, okay, later. So let's see about types of SEO. What are various types of SEO and all? So actually there are 4 types of SEO. So this is known as the white hat SEO, black hat SEO, gray hat SEO. I think only 3. Yes, sorry, 4. Gray hat SEO, negative SEO is also there. Gray hat SEO and negative SEO. Okay, what is this white hat SEO? Okay, so every search engine will have some terms and conditions. Okay, so if we are going for Google or Yahoo or whatever it may be, each and every search engine will have some terms and conditions, and we must follow them. So if we follow these terms and conditions, okay, then we are going through this white hat SEO. These are known as genuine or correct practices. White hat SEO means genuine or correct practices. Right. So if we make use of this on-page optimization, off-page optimization techniques, and server-side optimization techniques in order to bring our website to the top of search results, all these techniques come under white hat SEO because all these things are genuine or correct practices. Okay. Here, what practices we go through is, here we'll be giving some quality content in our website, and also we'll be uh, having proper backlinks. I'll say what are these backlinks and all later. So if we are having proper backlinks, and if we are providing easy navigation, and if we are going for page loading speed, if our page loading speed is good, and maintaining a mobile friendly website, look and feel of our website, everything, all these comes under white hat SEO. Okay, these factors also matters in order to display, okay, in order to bring our website to the top of SEO, to top of the search results. Okay, so all these things are known, come under white hat SEO, right? So we'll discuss about this white hat SEO techniques while making use of these things, okay, while learning about these things itself. And let's go to black hat SEO. So what is this black hat SEO? Okay, so these are nothing but wrong practices. Simply, these are wrong practices. Why we are discussing about these things is so that we can avoid them. We shouldn't do these kind of things. Okay, so these are genuine practices and these are wrong practices which should not be done. Okay, so let's go and see what are these things. So, if you see, there are various black hat SEO techniques. The first one is a keyword stuffing. Okay, right. So, keyword stuffing. What is this keyword stuffing? So, actually, Google will search for some content. If someone came to Google and he is searching for digital marketing training or something, okay, so Google will search for the relevant content. How Google knows that this particular content is relevant to that particular search query?
Based on keyword.
Yes, if our content has a digital marketing training or digital marketing keywords in our content, if we make use of those keywords, Google will recognize that okay, they are using some digital marketing keywords. They are writing some content about this digital marketing itself. So this content is something related to this particular keyword or particular search query, right? So the thing is, we have to make use of our business keywords also. If we are doing some food kind of business, then we have to use the keywords in our content. If we are writing about some digital marketing content, we have to use that keywords, right? So it is very important to use keywords. Even Google is a machine. Okay, we have to teach it. We have to teach it that our content is related to this particular topic, like that, right? So it is necessary. I agree that. So, but if you write okay the entire content as a digital marketing training and digital marketing training only, without making any use of any content and without writing any content, we are writing only digital marketing training, this particular keyword. Is it correct?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
It is not at all correct. For Google, or it may be for other Google search engine or other search engines, it may be okay. User satisfaction is very very important. User satisfaction is very very important. So if user comes to our website and he sees only these keywords, but our website has no content, so he may go away. He will not feel that good, right? He's not getting any quality content there. Then what is the use of displaying it in the relevant results? There is no use. Okay, user satisfaction and user thing is much more important for Google. So don't use such kind of things or don't make such kind of things. Always write proper content. Along with the content, use some keywords. That's it. Don't overstuff your keywords. Okay, don't overstuff your keywords. This is known as keyword stuffing. Okay, we should not do this keyword stuffing. If we do such things, Google will punish us. Okay, so I'll say, so how many keywords we can use in our content? How many keywords or how many that particular business words can we use in our content is, it will be based on the keyword density. So we can also check this keyword density by using a tool called keyword density tool checker. There will be some tools on Google. You can check for those tools and you can determine what is the keyword density or keyword frequency. This is also known as keyword. It is nothing but how frequently we are using a keyword in our content. How frequently we are using a keyword. So this can be determined as number of times keyword appears on a page by total number of times, total number of words on the page into 100. Okay, this is the formula. Keyword density or keyword frequency is nothing but how frequently keyword appears. A keyword is appearing in a content. So this is how we should calculate the keyword frequency. So the thing is, we should use keyword based on the content we write. Along with the content, we should write the keyword. It is we should not overstuff the keywords, or we should not go only with the keywords. We should give proper content, as well as we should be using keywords in that content. So this is the formula: number of times a particular keyword appears on a page by total number of words in the page. So it depends on. So if our content has some 100 words, then how many times we can use a particular keyword. So this is known as keyword density or keyword frequency. Okay, don't overstuff keywords. That's the thing. And next thing is clocking. Okay, what is this clocking? Okay, so we can check this keyword stuffing or thing with the help of keyword density tool checker. So we should have only 4% of keywords. If there is more than 4%, okay. If the keyword percentage is more than 4, then Google will punishes us. Okay, don't go for using more than 4% of keywords in our content. Okay, and next thing is cloaking. Okay, so here what people do is, if Google bots or Google crawlers will come to each and every website, we know that. Okay, if that Google bot or Google crawler comes to our website, they'll be showing some content. Okay, they'll be showing some content to the Google, and when user comes to our site, they'll be showing some other content. Okay, so which means they'll be displaying some content to the Google, and then they'll be displaying some different content to the user. Is it correct?
No, ma'am.
No. So you should be showing same content only to the Google as well as to the user also. You might get a doubt that how can we do that and all. If you have a cPanel, you can do such things. Okay, but the thing is, you should not do them. You should display same content for both Google and user also. Okay, and next thing is hiding content by changing font colors. Right. So here let's think that my website is about digital marketing, so I'll be writing some content here. Okay, I'll be writing some content here. Okay, so I'll be writing some keywords like digital marketing training and digital marketing training. Okay, so I'll be overstuffing the keywords, right? I'll be writing content for 10 lines, and I'll be writing some 20 lines for only keywords itself. I'll be writing only digital marketing training for 20 lines. Then it is keyword stuffing, right? So now people, what they do is they will hide that thing by changing the background colors. Okay. If they write the content in white color only, will they be able to see that? Will the user will be able to see if the background color and also the content color is same?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
User cannot recognize that thing, right? So people will be doing such things. They'll be hiding the content by changing the font colors or background colors. Their font color and the background color will be same, then users cannot recognize the content. But the thing here is, users may not recognize it, but pakka, for sure Google will recognize it. Okay, users can't read that content because the background color and font color is different, or sorry, same, but Google can read that content. So again, it will come under keyword stuffing. So in order to avoid it, will be hiding that content with help of changing the colors, by changing the colors. So uh, no way it works. So don't go for such things also. Okay, don't go for such things. And next thing is doorway pages. Okay, let's think that you have searched for something on Google. You are displayed with various results. Okay, you clicked on first result and you went to a web page. You have gone through some pages, you haven't liked that particular content, you came back. Okay, again you went to second link, and you, after clicking on the link, you went to the same web page again. Okay, you went to the same web page again after clicking on the content. So now is it good?
No, ma'am.
No, you came out of that first website because you didn't like that thing, right? Again, if you are getting the same link. Okay, again this search result, in case of search results, you are getting the same link. Okay, we are getting the link to the same web page. Then what is the reason? Right, again the user satisfaction matters, right? So here don't go for doing such things also. Okay, don't redirect customers to the same web page again and again. Okay, so the link may be different. Okay, the link may be different here, but they'll be navigating you people to the same web page itself in order to get more visitors and all, whatever it may be. Okay, so don't do such things also. These are known as doorway pages. Some people might have faced those things and some people might not have faced. Okay, I faced such things. So though I came back from that particular website, I'll be getting a second search result. If I click on second search result or third search result also, I'll be going to same web page itself. I'm not okay, or I'm not satisfied with that thing. Okay, it is not accepted by Google also. Next thing is duplicate content. Okay, what is this duplicate content means? So you'll be copying content from some other's website and you'll be keeping that content in your website. Is it correct? In some way you're copying some other's hard work,
No, ma'am.
right? Someone is writing the content on their own, they're researching on it, they're writing on it, and simply you'll go, you'll do a control C or copy and you'll be pasting it in your website. No, right? It is not acceptable by Google. So don't copy content from others. There are some other ways, I'll say. So don't never ever copy your content. If you copy the content, Google will punish you. Next thing is spammy backlinks. Okay, what is a backlink? I'll say in a simple manner. I'll explain it in detail later. Okay, in case of off-page optimization, I'll explain. Backlink is nothing but if you get a website, if you get a link from any website, it is known as backlink. Okay, so if you get a link to your website from any other website, it is known as backlink. So, for example, think that there are two websites, A and B. Okay, if you get a link to your website from others website, it is known as backlink. Means many visitors will be going to A's website, so if they find a link, they clicked on it. So after they click on the link, they'll be navigating to your website. Okay, this is known as backlink. Means A's website is sending some of its traffic to your website, right? It is known as backlink. If a website gives a link to your website, then it is known as backlink. Okay, so what are these spammy backlinks? Means what they are saying is don't give spammy backlinks. Okay, so you might have gone to some websites, you might have seen some links. If you click on that, you'll be going to some unrelated kind of things like spin the wheel, win any lottery, like such kind of things. Have you seen?
Yes, ma'am.
Those things are nowhere related to your search query, right? You search your digital marketing, you got some result. Okay, you went to a page, there you have seen some link and you clicked on it, you went to something which is totally unrelated. Okay, unrelated to your topic, you went to some lottery page, or it might be some kind of uh, waste kind of pages, right? So it is not accepted by Google. Always give proper backlinks only. So if you want to give any backlink, give a backlink to a page which is related to your page, right? So you should navigate them related to digital marketing itself, right? So don't give spammy backlinks or don't go for them. Next thing is exact match domain. Okay, what is this domain? What is a domain? Please respond.
Our URL, our website link.
Yes,
Name of our website.
yes,
Name of the
our
website.
website. Right, domain means name of our website. So it is in shortcut, it is also known as EMD, exact match. The thing here is, okay, the domain name will be like this. See, digital marketing training in Hyderabad, www.digitalmarketingtraininginhyderabad.com. This is a person's domain, it seems. Okay, so if we choose such kind of domains, right, our website name is this thing only. Then if anyone searches for digital marketing training in Hyderabad, then whose website will appear on the top?
Ours, ma'am. Because
Obviously this person's website will appear on the top, right? Why? Because his website's name only is this. right? Digital marketing training in Hyderabad is it is his website name. Obviously it will appear on the top of search results. Okay, so but it is not correct. Okay, so getting displayed on the top of search results only because of your name, only because of your website name is not correct. You should also have proper content in that website. Okay, so Google will punish us if we get displayed only because of this domain name. Okay, so if we write proper content and useful content, if we are giving quality content for the user, then it's okay. It will be a very good additional advantage for us to be displayed on top of search results. Getting such kind of domains is not that easy. They might be so costly. Okay, anyway, so though you got this particular kind of domain, it is an additional advantage. Please write proper and quality content. Please provide quality content to the user so that Google will not punish you, right? These are all various black hat SEO techniques which should not be followed, which we should not follow. If we follow, Google will punishes us. Okay, so any doubts regarding this black hat SEO techniques?
No, ma'am.
Okay, right. So these black hat SEO techniques should not be followed. We should only go for white hat SEO techniques. Next, let's see about this gray hat SEO techniques. What is this gray hat SEO? So we have said that black hat SEO are wrong practices or not genuine practices. They should not be followed. This gray hat SEO is also like such. So we should only go for white hat SEO. All these things should not be followed. Okay. So gray hat SEO is nothing but, so here we'll be going to practice some things which are technically legal but they are ethically wrong. Okay, so these practices are, they're technically legal but ethically wrong. So how I'll say, so first thing is clickbait. So you might have heard about it or not, I don't know, I'll explain. So clickbait means, so we'll be showing some attractive content or attractive things on our website. If you click on the thing, again we'll be navigating the people to some other irrelevant links, as I said before, like uh, win a lottery, spin the wheel, you'll win some prize, share this content on WhatsApp. Have you seen such things?
Yes, ma'am.
These are all known as clickbait techniques. We'll be attracting people, then we'll be navigating to some other irrelevant kind of websites. Okay, these are all known as clickbait techniques. So next thing is spun. Means, so in black hat SEO techniques, we have learned that we should not make use of copy content, or we should not use some others content, right? So we have seen that in case of black hat SEO, we should not make use of duplicate content, right? So now what people do is they go for using spun content. Okay, spun means they'll reuse the content. Okay, slightly altered content, you can say. So they'll rewrite the content and they'll be making use it in their website. Okay, so they'll slightly alter the content. There are some tools with which we can rewrite the content or slightly alter the content so that Google will not recognize that it will be okay, this it is a reused content or copied content. Okay, this is known as spun. We'll slightly alter the content or else we'll rewrite the content. Okay, here Google cannot recognize it. It is technically correct. Okay, it is technically legal but it is ethically wrong, right? Am I correct? It is ethically wrong. Okay, and next thing is paying for reviews. So most of the people, in case of Amazon or Flipkart, whatever it may be, so they'll see the reviews first before buying. Am I correct? Even I'll see the reviews.
Yes, ma'am.
So here people will be paying in order to get good reviews. People will pay, okay, so that they'll get good reviews. If they get good reviews, they'll get more sales done or they'll get more purchases done, right? So this is technically correct. Google cannot recognize that whether they have paid money or not. Google will only see whether it is good or wrong. That's it, right? So paying for reviews, all such kind of things are also gray hat SEO techniques. Okay. Another thing is SEO squatting. What is this SEO squatting? Let me excuse me. So here we'll buy some domains. Okay, we'll buy some domains which are related to our thing and all, which are related to our website. We'll buy some 10 domains like that, and we'll be writing some content. Okay, we'll be writing some content in all those domains, and we'll be giving backlinks to our website. As I said, backlink means if we get a link from others' website to our website. If some other websites are giving a link to our website, okay, then it is known as backlink. So if you are getting more backlinks means we are good website. Google will think like that. Google will think that as it is a good website, more websites are pointing. Some other websites are also pointing to this website. That's why this is some good website. If someone searches for this kind of things, so I should display this website on top of search results like that. Google will think. So this is known as SEO squatting. Here we'll only be creating some tens and twenties of websites, and we'll be giving a backlink to our original website. Okay, here these are all technically correct but ethically wrong. Okay, don't go for using such kind of things. So now or later, okay, now it may be correct, later Google may recognize it, and Google may punish us. Okay, Google may punish us. That's why don't go for this gray hat SEO techniques also. Next thing is the negative SEO. Okay, this is totally wrong. Okay, these things also we should not be following. Okay, negative SEO. Negative SEO means, so if you see here, so this is the first one, market or something. This is second one, HubSpot. So these are all competitors, right? For Wikipedia, the top results which are coming are all competitors, right? Every result is a competitor of other. Every website is some others competitor. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So now what this one will think is, as he is coming on the top, okay, he's coming on the top. Now how should I come on top? So I will not go for any good techniques. What he will do is, okay, he will hack his website. He will go for hacking his website. He'll be modifying all his content. Okay, he'll be writing some irrelevant content or like such, so that once the content is not good, Google will pushes him down. Google will pushes him down, right? So obviously the second person will come on top. So like hacking kind of things, uh, going and modifying some others content. So all these things come under negative SEO. Writing some negative reviews, okay, negative propaganda on social media sites, okay. So Google will not recognize negative reviews, right? What it takes is, it takes like so some people is writing negative review, it will not know that whether the competitor is writing or some others are writing, right? So writing negative reviews, hacking their content, modifying their content, and creating fake profiles in case of social media platforms, and making some kind of wrong propaganda about their things, okay, decreasing their reputation. Somehow they are decreasing their reputation, they're damaging their reputation, and they're decreasing their ranking also. On SCRB they're also decreasing their ranking. So this all these things come under negative SEO. Okay, so here these are all various types of SEO: white hat SEO, black hat SEO, gray hat SEO, and negative SEO. Okay, here in these four things we have to go for only white hat SEO. These are all genuine and correct practices. Well, these white hat SEO techniques are nothing but on-page optimization, off-page optimization, and server-side optimization. We'll be learning about them in detail in tomorrow's class. Okay, any doubts till now?
No, ma'am.
Right. So till now we learned that if you are going for any black hat SEO techniques, or if you are doing any kind of wrong practices, Google will punish us. Right? Google will punish us. Right? So how Google will punish? Okay. So what will Google do? If you go for any wrong practices or like such, what will Google do? Any idea?
They will block the website.
No. Google will not block our website. What it will do is simply it will pushes us down. So it is in first position, right? It will be pushed to some 15th position or 10th position like that. Google will pushes us down. So once we go to some 10th position or 11th position, or once Google pushes us to some second page or third page, will anyone see us? Will anyone look for us and click on our website?
No, ma'am.
No, obviously it is a best punishment. No need to block and all. It will simply changes our rank. It will simply pushes our website to down on SERP results. Okay, so that no one will look for our website. No one will click on our website. No one will come to our website. It is one of the best punishments we'll get. Okay, so there are some algorithms, or they are also known as Google algorithms or Google updates. Okay, based on these Google algorithms or Google updates, Google will hit us or Google will punishes us based on these updates. Okay, let's go and see about these updates also. Okay, before that, don't go for doing any kind of black hat SEO, negative SEO, or gray hat SEO things. Okay, and again another thing is, don't worry if we are punished with these kind of updates also. If we are let's think that if we are punished or Google hits us with these kind of updates also, once you start writing quality content again, once you start doing good things, or once you start doing good practices, again you'll come to the top position. Again your website will start coming in the top position, but it will take some time, 1 or 2 months. Don't worry about that. Once you start doing correct practices, or once you start writing quality content, again Google will bring your website to the top. Okay, right. Now let's go and see about this Google algorithmic updates. Okay, these are known as Google algorithmic updates. So Google Panda update means, so if you go for writing any copy content or duplicate content in our website, so if you write or if you make if you write any copy content or duplicate content in our website, then Google will hit us with this Google Panda update. It is a punishment. Next thing is Google Penguin update. Okay, so if we go for overstuffing of keywords, if you overstuff keywords, or if we go for getting any spammy links, if we are giving any spammy links to other website from our website, or if we are bringing some spammy links to our website, then Penguin update will hit us. It is also a punishment. Okay, so Google will hit us with this Penguin update if you are going for overstuffing of keywords, or if you are bringing some spammy backlinks to our website. Next thing is Google Hummingbird update. Okay, what is this Google Hummingbird update? Okay, so actually it is not a punishment. Okay, so this update helps Google to find out and to understand what the user exactly wants. Okay, so based on that, it will help Google to provide precise and more exact results to the user. So it will help Google to provide precise and more relevant and more exact results to the user. It will help Google to understand what the user exactly wants. Next thing is Google PGN update. Okay, what is this PGN update? So we'll be seeing local listings, right? We have learned about it. Local listings means some maps. We'll be seeing some maps. If we search for a hospital or school or something, it will show some nearby results like local listings in the form of maps. Okay, so it is also not a punishment. It is a kind of helping. Okay, it helps Google to increase the ranking of local listings. Okay, so if you are having any hospitals nearby you, or if you are having any schools nearby you, if you are searching for them, then it will give more priority to show local listings. Okay, local listings means it will be showing it will be showing you with some Google Maps kind of things. Next thing is exact match domain. Okay, EMD, this is also known as EMD in short. Okay, so if the domain exactly matches with the keyword, so if the domain exactly matches with the user's search query or a user's keyword, what user is searching for, okay, then this update will hit us. We have seen it like digital marketing training in Hyderabad. It is what the user searches, and the user search query or user keyword is exactly matching with the domain name, right? It is also not correct if you are not providing any quality content. If you are providing quality content along with that particular domain name, then it is very good advantage to display on top. Okay, so always give proper and quality content to the users. Next thing is Google mobile friendly update. This is also known as mobile reader. Okay. So nowadays people are using or browsing anything from mobiles itself. No one is going for laptops and all. So it is very rare. Most of the times people are using mobile itself to search for anything. They are searching from mobile itself. They are browsing from mobile itself. They are watching movies, whatever it may be. Right. So it is also so important that your website is mobile friendly. Okay, always make sure that your website is mobile friendly. So if your website is not mobile friendly, then this update will hit us. It is also a punishment. Okay, your website ranking will decrease in HCRP results. It will go down, right? Next thing is Google Fred update. Okay, I want to say one thing. Don't worry. If you are developing your website with WordPress, it is automatically a mobile friendly website. Okay, no need to worry. If you are developing your website with the help of WordPress, then it is automatically a mobile friendly website itself. So next thing is Google Fred update. Okay, so if you are going for any aggressive advertisement and the content is too low in your website, aggressive advertisement means, so if you go for any website, some websites will show more and more advertisements. So the whole main page is covered with advertisement. In order to see the original content, you have to scroll down. Have you seen any kind of websites like such?
Like Abang Clap.
Might be. So there are many websites like such. So if your website is having too much of advertising content, too much of aggressive advertisement, and the content is too, you are providing on low value content or thin and low value content, so it will lead to poor user experience again. So user experience will not be satisfactory. So if your website has excessive advertisement or low value content, please improve it. This is known as Google Fred update. Google will punish us with this update. Okay. Next thing is Google rank brain algorithm. Okay. It is a kind of machine learning algorithm. Okay. Here Google helps to it helps Google to provide more relevant results. It is something related to this thing. Okay. It is something related to Hummingbird update. I think yes. It is something related to Hummingbird update. Okay. It is a machine learning technology. So it will help Google to provide more appropriate and more relevant results to the user. These are all various algorithmic updates. Okay, if you do any wrong practices, Google will hit us with these updates. These updates will be continuously changing and continuously will be getting newer updates. Okay, we'll be getting many and many updates. Okay, based on them for every 6 months span or 3 months span, Google will be releasing many updates. Please be updated on them. Okay, so that you'll be knowing what to do and what not to do and all. Right. So that's about today's class. Any doubts?